Welcome in, welcome in. Welcome back to the Crypto Bully Bear channel where there's only fun decoding and no financial advice. Mar. Yeah, this is a riddle. This is a riddle decode. Mar. I'll get to the point. Mar. I'm doing it on purpose. Mar. I'll get to the point. Bearable guy. XRP. Woo, XRP. Right? Perseverance. XRP. Let's look at that again. XRP. The spear. You see that guy? You see that? That's like an arrow, right? It's like a long arrow with a spear. XRP flag. So, weirdly enough, this is a riddle, right? A riddle is supposed to give you hints, but not necessarily spell it out for you. Because we have a lot of people on here. A lot of people that think that XRP. Now, just get this picture in your brain right here. In your brain. Now, again, if you notice, this is a riddle. You see that X? That X is much different than those two other letters, right? Two different fonts. It's a riddle. What's that? Hold on. What's that? Is that an arrow? You see that arrow there? Oh, there it is. See the arrow? You see that proton symbol? You see the arrow? You see the proton symbol? Arrow symbol. Arrow symbol. Arrow symbol. Now, I started off this video, right, by saying Marty. Marshall. When you understand the symbolisms, then you understand what the fuck they're showing you. Again, Mar. And everybody's like, oh, is Elon going to work with Marshall? Is Elon going to use Proton? Is he going to use XPR or XRP? Marshall. Where is Elon trying to go? To Mars. Elon keeps saying he wants to go to Mars. M-A-R-S. Because he never finished the fucking word. He's going to Mars, yes. M-A-R-S. Mars. HALL. Do I get a pen here? Do I get a pen here? Hold on 1 second. Because some people just don't get it. Okay. Elon going to Mars. M-A-R-S, Mars. Elon's going to Mars. He's going to Marshall. He's going to Marshall. Do you understand? Let me move this camera back. Elon going to Mars. Elon is going to Mars. Look at, he's going to Mars. He's going to Marshall. Elon is going to work with Proton. Elon will use Proton. He's going to Mars. Don't you see the symbolisms? He keeps telling you he's going to Mars because he's going to Marshall. He's going to Marshall Hader. He's going to fucking Metal Zero. He's going to Proton. He's going to the Metal Dow. Maybe. Maybe. Yes. Yes, they say March. I'm still going to stick to February, and that's it, because I want to manifest something even earlier. To be honest, there's talks about even being tomorrow might even be a big day, because tomorrow is a 127 code, okay? It's a 127 code, just like my code is 217. February 17th is when I think things are really going to explode. I didn't think that silver was going to fucking burst out and break $100 the way it did. But today is beast mode. Today, like I said, tomorrow is rumored to be like the start of something amazing. A start of where the fuck do you want to be? Who do you want to be? Where do you want to be? What the fuck do you want to be? You better start thinking about that shit tonight, because supposedly tomorrow is starting the shift. Okay? Starting the shift. Now, again, I just finished showing you the flag, the riddle, right? They have it. They have the flag on a spear, on a fucking arrow. We've been talking about the point, okay? Arrow has a point. If you haven't caught on yet, go look at Charlie K, right? That dropped in September, right? The guy that talks in front of everybody. I don't want to keep saying his name, but where did he get taken down at? The point. If you looked on the floor right before they did it, right before they redesigned everything, there was a point on the floor. What company does he work for? Turning Point, okay? Understand what the fuck the symbolisms are. I'm just trying to make you see. I'm not here trying to make you invest into anything. I am just trying to make you remember. Make you remember. Okay? It's the point. Everywhere is the point. The point. Just like in... Remember they were telling you that you needed to get this in order to even work? The point? Do you get the point? I'm trying to say. So now, as you understand, this is more likely, probably closer about silver than anything else. Now, I've been saying that I believe that February 17th should be a start of something big. And I'm not too sure what it is. I just feel something major happening coming up on the 17th and the 16th, right? Because that's the last day of the snake year, and then we have the beginning of the horse year. So in Back to the Future, I'm going to show you something here. I'm going to be quick because I got batteries here. So in Back to the Future, you try to get away. All right, let's do it over here. So here, Back to the Future, right? Look what he has behind his head. Remember they were going for president? For senior class president. Okay? President there has to be something with president involving in some type of code, right? Because obviously they have it up here in my eyes. So when is President's Day? 2/16. It's 2/16 President's Day, the last day of the snake year. All right, one day before 2/17. Okay, president. All right, Marty's Poppy. Now, as he's walking through the halls, this is what else I see here. Rally. Now, again, I have no idea if it's going to be a rally or not for fucking XPR or crypto space or anything, but I do believe that there's going to be something big moving. Something big moving right over here. Rally. I mean, like I said, their words are up here for a reason, okay? There's Marty's Pops. Rally. What does it say? 3 something. Friday at 3 o'clock, I think it says. Now, I have no idea. I'm just throwing it out there. I'm just showing you things that I've seen within the show and the movie, pointing it out, letting you know what I feel. Let me see what you guys are saying. Let me read you guys saying. What's up, what's up, what's up? XPR made it so easy to build on. It really is the blockchain. I believe so, Muslim. I believe so. Like the video. Yep, we're going to flip that X right to the R to the P. To the R to the P. Everything's inverted. Like I said, everything's inverted. So if you took that X and you invert it back the other way, you'll get XPR. But some people won't do that because they're not holding that particular coin. They're holding on to XRP, and they're just going to say that, no, fuck you. It's about XRP. You don't know what you're talking about. And that's when I'm like, all right, cool. This riddle could be about both. This riddle could be about both. What's the minimum amount of silver you should buy? You should buy whatever you can. If you could still buy physical silver, I think you should still buy it. That's what I would do. That's what I'm doing, actually. I'm not telling anybody else, but I'm hearing rumors that Elon Musk locked up the next 18 months, starting March, the next 18 months, Elon Musk has got all the silver straight from the mines. If that is true, most likely we will not be able to get physical silver anymore, okay? There could be a possibility of you even needing a special license or permit for you to even buy precious metals. So get it while you can is my motto at the moment for silver. I think gold you'll be able to get anytime, but I think silver is on the critical list. Gold was not put on there. Silver was put on a critical list. So, you know, like I said, not financial advice. I feel that silver can get much, much higher. So I think it's still cheap to buy at the moment. But I think we'll see a 4-digit silver. I don't know how long, how fast, but I believe we will see a 4-digit silver. So I think buying it still right now is a smart move. The price can drop. And again, the price could drop. But if you want to wait for the price to drop, just understand that you could be waiting for a lockout. You could be locked out from buying physical silver soon in the future. So you can play, you could wait and see if that works for you. But I don't play those games. I feel that this can get much higher, so I feel that the price as of today is still cheap. I think anything under $150 is still cheap, in my opinion. Mars is French. Yes, yes. Mars in 11. Also, oh shit. The suggestions of amount of silver we should have the minimum. Alright, said that. SpaceX new rockets. Yeah, the portal opens tomorrow. The wealth portal. That's what I heard. I just volunteered for ICE. Anything to help my President Trump. Okay, why you use orange and purple colors for your text and mobile? Could be a crash too. It could be a crash. I do see a lot of things saying collapse, this and that, but again, I'm keeping in mind and being open-minded that everything is inverted. So whatever we feel like is going to mostly happen, most likely will not, and something else different will. So everyone probably has their mind like a big collapse. This could be the collapse of the dollar. This could be the collapse of the manipulation of price control. This meaning the collapse, maybe the collapse of, holding the silver and gold price down. And now the collapse of those people that were on top controlling the price of silver no longer controls the price of silver anymore. And maybe that is the collapse, and maybe silver and precious metals skyrocket because manipulation will be no more. They say this is the most manipulated snake we have seen in quite a while. So the skin that's shedding, and if you think about it, it makes sense. Just think about all of 2025. How many people were getting taken down? How much truth was coming out? All of a sudden now we got talks of frequencies, of healing you, more talks of trafficking, whatever the case is. But I'm just saying there's a lot more truth coming out. When Trump got into office, you didn't see all these CEOs and head people of, department of this and that all stepping down. So when I hear that this snake is manipulative and is shedding its skin in 2025 and the next month and a half of 26, I think about it and I'm like, wow, this makes sense. Like, if this is manipulation, if this is, abusive times for us, like we've been suppressed, being taxed, being this, being almost on like a prison planet, like they say, right? We're seeing times now all of a sudden like we've never seen before. Presidents doing things that people believe that are like unconstitutional. And I'm not saying I agree with anything. I'm just saying we're living in a time where we're seeing chaotic and very drastic and volatile events happening. Maybe this is the time we finally break into freedom. Maybe this is the time we finally get ahead. We finally elevate to a higher consciousness. We finally make, the right choices, the right investments actually flourishing. Everything that we've been hoping for and, waiting for is all about to happen. Hopefully this is what's about to pop off. So then if you see now all of a sudden, like I said before, you look at gold and you look at silver and I always ask myself, why the hell do they always have silver next to gold? Silver is so cheap at the moment. Like silver was always like in the 20s and the teens. I'm like, why the fuck do they always have silver next to gold? Why not palladium, platinum, something that's high value? Because they always got to tell you the truth. And in my eyes, silver was always the king. Go back to the first Olympics. First place was silver. Then they changed it. Okay, so when you see these things, you have to just, common sense just tells you, oh, they must have thought silver was something worthy if they made it first place in the Olympics. Then why did they change it? And if it wasn't worthy, then why did they keep putting it next to gold when they advertise precious metals? So, that being said, now I'm looking at the year 2025. They talk about how the snake is shedding its skin. Now, all of a sudden, silver it's seen as all-time high. Now it broke its all-time high. It's actually doubled the all-time high price. It's over $100. So in my mind, I'm like, oh shit, maybe that is right. Maybe the Chinese astrology does follow suit. They talk about how everything is manipulated and the snake skin is so manipulated. The snake's about to shed his skin. It's got like a week and a half left, or 2 weeks. About 2 weeks and change left, less than 3 weeks. So we're gonna find out. I'm gonna find out what's going on. The silver vortex is coming. Silver is a black hole vacuuming up the whole stock market and all the crypto. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What up, Verlantians? I know I'm always fucking up your name, but I'm gonna call you Mr. V. That's it. Yep. It says silver dollars are the only real dollars. Yep. So like I said, I keep putting it on over here. You can hear these movies also telling you they have blue backs, right? Blue backs. I told you blue equals silver. When you talk about blue backs, they talk about fucking money backed by silver. So now you can make the connection now about how blue connects to silver, because there's so many people like, bro, how does blue connect to silver? There you go. People call money that's backed by precious metal silver is called blue backs. Debt money is called greenbacks, okay? One astrologer says crypto will crash. I will believe so too, because you have to understand, right now, this is a different game. We're getting into real world shit, real world assets, right? Real world assets. That's what the war is, right? W-A-R, right? If you mix the letters around, R-A-W, backwards, or, well, not backwards, R-W-A, I'm sorry, R-W-A, but you get the war in there, okay? You get Mar in there, okay? Woo, woo, woo. So all these other bullshit tokens that don't have any utility, yes, those cryptos will crash. And unfortunately, we probably, out of 100%, I would think maybe 25%, I have no idea, I'm just throwing a number out there, maybe 25% out of that 100% has legitimate utility. And because of that, the rest are going to crash. The rest are going to be rug pulls. They have no use. They were just there to hype up the community. And if the community ain't sticking with it and pushing it, most likely whoever created it is going to take their money and run. It's been fun. So yes, when they say crypto will crash, yes, I can see crypto crashing, because like I said, we definitely have more cryptos out here that have no utility than we do with utility. Nice. My man said, oh, where are these guys going? 4 Drakeman coins was the first world coin for 1,000 years, from 600 BC to 300 after BC, with the value from 4 ounces of silver was the cash for the army, not for the poor people. Brilliance with a Villian font. Villiance. There you go. Back in the Egyptian times, silver was more valuable. Yep. And we are in the Egyptian times, I believe. I believe the whole world is the whole system is going away forever too. When do I think the crash could be? It could be in February. I'm not too sure. It could be February. It could be March. I have no idea. But if something big can happen, I would say then February 17th, around that time, mid-February, then I can see that we can see a crash. So, yeah, we're all hoping we got all the utility ones. I feel like anybody who's holding Metallicus coins, you have utility coins. In my personal opinion, not financial advice. Do I want to tell you? No, I don't want to talk about that yet. February 14th is what the guy I watched talked about. Well, that's the heart day also. Who knows? Maybe there'll be a fucking bunch of heart attacks or something. But they did say this I don't know if they said February, but 2026, there are going to be a lot of heart complications. So treat your heart right. Make sure you're eating the right things, and make sure you double check on your heart, because this year they're saying, I don't know why, but they're saying multiple heart issues in 2026. I don't know where the fuck they got that from, why they say that. I'm not trying to find out, so I'll just take it from there. Uverla is the first spark of life. Oh, nice. Very nice. Nice little catchy name. If this is the beast system, are we in the last time biblical? Is it good to have this coins? Listen, man, you can't beat them. You might as well join them. Might as well join them. The way I see it, everyone's going to be using the WebOff wallet across the board sometime down in the near future. So you might as well get in early while you can, while it's still free. Who knows if they'll start charging you to get a motherfucking wallet? You know, if it's forced that you have to use that wallet, hey, don't be surprised if they start charging people to get the wallet now. You know, just be lucky if you listened in and you got it early, that you grandfathered in. And like I said, I don't know, but I feel like Metallicus is going to be one of the top dogs of the show. So if they're a rug pull, I'm okay with the investment that I made. All right. But as you see, if you watch my show, I showed you plenty of receipts, why I like certain dates, why I like certain things, why I like certain coins. So I think the 17th February is the date I found it at Playdate, the movie that could be possible. But question, do you think the new system starts then or May 14th? Again, we're just here having fun, and we can take guests. I really don't know what's going to happen on February 17th or May 14th. I have no idea. I'm just saying I see a lot of symbolisms with 27 and 17 and 217 on Stranger Things. There was 217. So I showed you, I went over plenty of why I seen 17 to, oh, you know what? There's another reason why too. Let's see. Let me see. Binance has posted many posts on X about hearts beats. Certain clue leads to Richard Hart Foundation or Pulse Chain. Like always, do your own research, and good luck everyone on their investments. So yeah, a lot of people said Pulse Chain. I don't have any Pulse Chain, but a lot of people are shouting out Pulse Chain. Do I hold ZBEC? I do not hold any ZBEC at all. They say March will be bullish. March will be bullish. What else did I want to just show you now? Well, let me see if I can even pull this up. So there's another, my phone is not going to let me do it, but I'll just tell you, I'm not going to show you. In the movie Back to the Future 3, right? We're talking about Marty and all this shit. There's a part where Doc states, now remember, Back to the Future 3, they were in the old Western times. They had silver mines, okay? Doc says when he was in 1885, right? 1885, he was a blacksmith shoeing horses and fixing wagons. All right? Let me repeat that. Doc Brown in Back to the Future states, right? In 1885, he was shoeing horses and fixing wagons, and he was a blacksmith. So this is how I think. I watched Stranger Things 5. That just came out, right? The last one at the end of the year. They made Back to the Future references, okay? So in my mind, I'm already clicking Back to the Future, all right? And now in my mind, I'm rewinding the movie. And I'm like, all right, we're in Back to the Future. Okay, maybe they're showing us that Back to the Future has something more to tell us about what's coming up. And then he states that he's a black. So I go back to the Future, and now he states that he's a blacksmith, right? What is February? February is Black History Month, okay? He states that he's a blacksmith. That could mean Black History Month. If you go back, you'll notice that dark-skinned people, black people, are heavily connected to blacksmith, okay? And in that same phrase, as he's talking about being a blacksmith, he says about shoeing horses and fixing wagons. Now, I already told you, the wagon has the wheel. What was the first thing that was built? It was the wheel. We said that was proton, okay? The horseshoe, horses. So, in my mind, I'm like, oh, blacksmith, black. Maybe that means Black History Month. Horse here. Blacksmith, fixing horses and fixing wagons. All right. Things are about to get smacked. That's why, that's so funny too. I was going to say that. The Rock. I told you before that The Rock is fucking metal. Okay? Rock and roll. Rock and roll. The Rock, the atom, the solid thing is fucking XPR. Who slapped him? Will Smith. And like somebody said, the blacksmith, the Will Smith. Some people are going to get smacked the fuck up if you have not invested into anything. That's what I think. If you have not invested into anything, your fucking coolie is about to get wrecked, though. What we got here? March will be bullish. I see here in Australia, the subliminal add-ons XPR is so obvious if you know how to see it. Yes, you just got to know how to see. I keep having dreams of alien people coming in on ships, but they are nice. Well, they could be. We're aliens ourselves. XRP won't see those high prices they keep telling us. Well, these influencers are the ones that are saying that. I used to be one of those guys until I realized that I couldn't lie to the people that were watching me. And I was like, if people are taking their time out to listen to my loco ass, then I got to make sure I'm giving them the right information. I'm not here about taking people's money just because I'm telling you what you want to hear. I say what the fuck I feel. And if you feel it, that's cool. And if you don't, that's cool too. Because what my journey is and what I feel might not be for everybody else. I have plenty of friends right now that I be talking to and they just look at me and laugh at me. And I'm like, you know what? I get it now. You can only laugh because you won't admit that you are not on the level that I am on. So it's easier for you to laugh at me and say that I'm the crazy one or I'm out of my mind, because you'll have to question everything that you've been doing all your life. Which is okay with me, because like I said, I'm cool. I already know what's happening. I'm just trying to wake up some of my other friends. My other friends want to be sleepyheads. Hey, listen, don't expect me to pick up the pieces, you know what I mean? You didn't believe me or trusted me when I was trying to tell you a couple of months ago, position yourself on the fucking chessboard. Now, when you get checkmated, you know, that's on you. You got to wait for the next motherfucking game now. $128 is definitely a number used by the government and elites, like the movie Leaving the World Behind came out on 12/8. Oh shit, Crypto Jack dropping them. Yes. XPR, on the other hand, will see something special. The following year at 1 to 8 in the morning was a wrecked ship like the movie. Yep. Well, something will happen to Blacksmith, Will Smith, Black History Month in February. Yes, you spelled on. My family are the Smiths, but not blacks. That's not what it means. Yeah, well, we're just going off of movie scripts. XLM is a sleeping giant. Yes, XLM is a sleeping giant. XLM is a sleeping giant. We don't really speak too much on that chick, but she could be vicious. When we take the older calendar with 13 months, February is and we pretended to death before the earth are reborn in Mars. I think you're on the right way. I hope so. I hope I'm on the right path, baby. I hope for all of us, because that means that we got less than 1 month. 1 month to get it crazy, baby. And my silver's going bananas. I never laughed at your stuff. You hit nails on the head. Trying. You ain't crazy, bro. We are all connected dots. Yeah, we're connecting those dots. Seems like Ripple focus now is RLUSD. XRP holders are going to be left holding the bag. Well, you know what? Maybe not. Maybe not. Only because, you know why I still have faith in XRP is because it's being accepted on the WebAuth wallet. So I'm giving it life. Yo, big up to New Titan 888 in the building. How you doing? I hope all is well, whatever you're doing out there, wherever you may be in this world, brother. Thank you again for all your knowledge, New Titan. I wouldn't be on this channel if it probably wasn't for you. And Royal Purple. Verlan says, I make connections with what I'm working on when we chat. It's a group energy as well. Yes, it is. Nothing but love. Yes, the Titan, nothing but love. Thanks again for everything. You know what I mean. 10,000 XRP is mathematical impossible. I'm gonna say it's not, Cleo. We'll see. Only because these coins can be anything they want to be. Meaning, let's just say XRP becomes a bank coin, right? And all banks fucking suck up all the supply. And you're able to maybe pick up an XRP off of somebody. Let's just say all the banks got the majority, like 80%. Let's just say all the banks now say, yo, we're not selling no fucking XRPs for nothing less than $10,000. That's going to be the floor price for XRP then. Everybody else will probably hear like, oh, the banks are not selling for nothing less than 10,000, then we're not going to sell less for 10,000. And that's how the price can actually shoot up, and market cap don't mean shit. I'm starting to learn that a little bit now. So, you know, again, I could be wrong, but from what I see and from what I'm hearing, that, you know, prices could go up if all the supply is being held by people or institutes or whatever, and then they decide that they're not going to sell for less than a small price. Then that's when everything can shoot up. But until then, see, my only thing is XRP could do that, right? And all the banks could be holding on to XRP and be like, you know what, we're not going to sell for 10,000. But then I think about, but what about XPR? XPR, there's infinite supply. You can always get XPR. And it's faster, it's cheaper to use, and they got a wallet that's going to be a global wallet. So then again, I'm like, well, even if the banks try to pull that off and say, you know what, we're not going to sell for $10,000, somebody could turn around and be like, you know what, fuck XRP, I'll get XPR then. XPR does the same shit that XRP does. But again, I may not know what I'm saying, just what I feel. Let's see. Yes, sir. Legendary. Yes. New Titan. Yes. Legendary. Thank you for your work. No No problem. I don't know if you're talking to New Titan or what, but either way, you're welcome on my side, and I'm sure New Titan will say he's welcome on his side. XAC is a sleeping giant. Unlike XXRP and XXLM double tickets, XDC appears to be the native to the ecosystem. Yes, it is, sir. It's like the only one that I noticed that doesn't have a double X so far. Yes, I'm eating purple mashed potatoes right now. Yeah, those are good, actually. Those are good. Yeah. That's what I was saying, too. Why the hell did they come out with a stable coin if XRP was supposed to be the stabled coin? Not meaning a dollar, meaning like it's supposed to be stable, where it was the bridge to convert anything over super fast. You know why? Well, I don't know if New Titan's still watching, but yo, I was watching one of your videos the other day. I don't know. Haven't seen your name in ages, right? You haven't put out a video supposedly in ages. And then the dog video popped up on my stuff. Don't know why or how. And I watched it again. And I don't know if you're going to want to watch it again, but I think there was a lot of things that was missed in that episode. But I'm going to actually redo that video again of yours, and maybe I'll do that for my next video. Actually, I'm going to get off here because I need this battery, so I don't got my tablet. But yeah, my next video, I'm going to do a decode from New Titan on a Simpsons decode. And we're going to get into that one. That should be fun. Let me read what you guys are saying here, and then I'm going to wrap it up soon. Banks won't use XRP. Why would banks buy XRP when they can build their own metal blockchain? Well, I mean, I don't know. That's what all these YouTube influencers are saying, that all these banks are going to be using them. That's what got me into the mix, got me going on XRP and stuff. So, you know, they seem like they have some knowledge, a little bit more than me. So, I don't know. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. But, I mean, that's a good point, you know. Why would banks truly use XRP if most likely they're going to make their own coin with metal blockchain? I guess we're going to find out, right, how that all works out. I'm pretty sure all stock market crash and government shutdowns forever. Could be. Could be. 111. Stable coins can do everything XRP can. That is true, so we're going to figure this out. Web off, take note. Same color scheme. Show is about to start. There you go. Penguin. New Titan. Bully Bear's genius and brilliance is often seen late. Yeah, but you know what? That's a good thing. You know why I say that's a good thing is because, like I said, if people catch on to what I say and they understand like this, that means that the prices are going to be shooting up probably more faster. That's in my mind. So just be happy that I kind of speak cryptic on here a little bit and a little bit off the dome, like a little weirdish. Because like I said, for the ones that have the eyes to see and the ears to hear, those are the ones that got in early. And the other ones are not going to get in until they see some type of action. The only time they're going to get into XPR is when they see that big green Hulk dick, that big green candle. Remember that post that David Schwartz posted? And it was like a big ass green candle, and he wrote something about, oh, what was that? I wish I had some. Yeah, I think you're gonna wish that you had some of that XPR, that metal Dow. Yeah, I think starting tomorrow, I don't know, but somebody says there's some type of portal, some shit going on tomorrow. I don't know if this has to do with anything connected to crypto. I'm just saying, get ready for a fucking wild ride in 2026, all right? And for all my silver holders, I said this before, everything's inverted. Go look up the story about Alice in Wonderland, okay? She was a chick that fell into a hole, and she went into a place where everything was inverted. This is where we are pretty much. We're in something in Wonderland. The upside down in Wonderland, if you want to fucking call it. I have no idea. But like I said, everything's inverted. So when you look at the year 2026, flip the 2, flip the 6, you get 5 and you get 9. Read it backwards. 925. Sterling silver stamp this year. And I believe, not financial advice, but I feel We're going to see 4 digits this year with silver. Okay? Wait until that horse comes. February 17th. I don't think we look back. I don't think we look back. And for everybody else who's still listening in, like I said, if you could still get physical silver, I would pick it up. If I could still get it, I'll still be buying it. Up to about 150, 200 bucks, I think. All right? That's just me. I don't got fucking money coming out of my ass, so every dollar right now I'm freaking grinding for, which is fine. Because all the money that I need is already there for me. I'm just about to tap it. All right. PP is about to come on the scene. Roaring Kitty. Oh, you know what? You just said that with Roaring Kitty, Zenga. Remember you were saying that in oh man, what was that movie, Zenga? With the Roaring Kitty? I forgot what it was. Something about money. But whatever. The case was there was a poster in there with a cat that said hang in there, right? Last night I was watching Hangover 3, I think. One of them. Hangover 2 or Hangover 3. Wherever fucking Chow escapes prison. When he escapes prison, he's covering the hole with a cat sign that says hang in there also. When I seen that last night, I thought of you right away, Zang. I was like, oh shit. I'm like, I remember I did a video and Zanga said about that poster about hang in there. With the guy with the with the stock market. I can't remember the movie. But if you look at the movie with Roaring Kitty, you'll see the poster with the cat hanging. It says hang in there. I also seen another one. So it's like, yo, hang in there, right? We're going to get out of jail. Remember I kept saying like we were like in a fucking planet prison? Hang in there. We're all going to escape to liberty. To liberty. Okay? Oh. 131 shutdown. That's what they were saying too. There was some type of shutdown on the 31st, 131, which is funny because the world shut down on March 11th, 311. So we're going to have 131 coming up at the end of this month. Floods, shutdown. Remember, the tsunami happened on 3/11/2011. Then also remember we had the eclipse, that big eclipse that happened on 4/8. Then we experienced an earthquake in New York that was 4.8 on October 27. 4.8 on October 27. Why is that important? Because 4.8 earthquake is 48. The 48th day, right? October 27, you get 127. 217. See those numbers? 217 is the 48th day. And we had an earthquake. On April 8th, we had the eclipse. Right? Lights out. So, oh, and that's one more other thing I want to share with you. That you know what that could mean actually too? We lose the grid. We lose the power outage. That's what that means too around that time. Because in Back to the Future 3, right? Marty was going to the year 1885. 1885. That is back in the old Western times, right? Now, stay with me. 1885, read it backwards. 18, so remove the 1. Now we have 885, right? Read it backwards. 588. Stay with me. 588. So the 5 becomes a 2, right? The 2 is February. The 8 represents 17. 1, 7. 1 plus 7 is 8. Okay? There's your 5. There's your 8. The next 8, I said 588. We're reading it backwards, right? From 1885. So I'm going to do it again. 5 becomes 2. February. The 8 represents the 17th. 7 plus 1 is 8. The other 8 represents the year of 26. 6 plus 2 is 8. All right? Could this mean, I'm not saying it correct, listen to me, very important. If February 17th, 2026 represents 588, Marty went back to the future in 1885, going back to the old times, okay, where things were being built, the old Western. Maybe we go back to those times where there's no electricity, there's no fucking power. We lose power for 5 days. I'm just saying, Marty was in that DeLorean, and in 1885, when he seen that on the fucking thing, he shot through. Matter of fact, if I'm not even fucking mistaken, I'm going to check on my other phone. I think the date was October 26th. Let me double check. Did Back to the Future 3, did he travel on October 26th to go back into 1885?
According to Facebook, in the film Back to the Future Part 3, McFly traveled through timelines. I did like this all because a circuit failed. This whole 1950s contraption had to be built from vacuum tubes and stuff all to replace a modern circuit, which showed...
Heard what she said? She said a circuit failed. Okay? A circuit failed. Maybe the grid goes down. Maybe that's the big event. What day did Marty McFly go into 1885? Was it October 26th?
According to Futurepedia, fandom, at 10 a.m., Marty departs 1955 and arrives on Wednesday, September 2nd, 1885 at 8 a.m. After the DeLorean's fuel line is ripped, Marty runs from a bear and falls, being knocked unconscious for the third time in 2 weeks.
So he goes in that time on 6/11, basically 9/22, September 2, which is 9/11. Okay. September 2nd could be 9/11. September could be 9, and the 2 could be 1/1. That could be telling us February 17th, 9/11 could be a circuit breaker. All right. Now that I say that, I did hear something about if fucking silver price starts shooting up and going crazy and they can't stop it, that there was going to be a circuit breaker on buying it. That could be that. That could mean that they're going to put a circuit breaker on purchasing silver if the price gets crazy. Or we lose power. One or the other, it seems like something's about to happen. And we're super close. And last and not least, I don't have the picture here, but go back to Marshall Hayner's fucking Noah's Ark picture with all the animals. If you look at all the animals, he has proton and metal on the horses. He has proton and metal coins on the horse. If you notice, he has a few coins on certain animals. Metal and XPR, A chain, he has on the horses. 131 shut down. I was shown they never reopen ever again. That's what looks like that. Zenga says XTRTB equals XRPLT, aka 262 on Proton. There you go. XTRBT. Got it? What up, Ross Pinky? Nah, don't sleep on Metal Dow. That's layer 2, baby. Layer 0, Metal Blockchain. Layer 1, XPR. Layer 2, Metal Dow. I don't know, maybe layer 3 loan. February is about to be fireworks, baby. Les, I told you also that the Phoenix connects to February. The Phoenix connects to February. Just think about this. No one's expecting shit to happen in February, right? No one's really talking about February is going to pop off, really. Except for one, I think, What is Above Crypto. He actually had a pretty good video. It was one of his last videos. But ain't nobody really thinking about February, you know? And we'll see. Maybe things will just turn right around. Good to see you, Mr. Pinky, on here. 100-ounce bars are $13,000 on eBay. Whew. Yeah, because they know that shit is about to go up. 13,000. Remember, you could have got that shit for fucking 2,200. 217, baby. Remember also, the year 2026, they're saying that this is year 1. Add up all the numbers, you get 10. 2 plus 2 is 4. 4 plus 6 is 10. 10 reduced is 1. This is the first. Remember, this is Proton's year, they say. Proton is 1, Greek 1. We are in the first year. This is also inverted into sterling silver stamp. This is the first year that we're going to finally see the truth come out for silver. Remember, there is no gold surfer, only the silver surfer. Okay? You never heard of fool's silver. You heard of fool's gold. Yeah, you keep buying that gold, baby. Yep, this year is going to be our year. Every year is our fucking year. All right? Every year is our year. That's it. That's how we're going to see shit. Every year is our fucking year. End of story. No cutbacks. That's it. I'm not taking no shorts. That's right, baby. We're going to freedom. Oh, Cardi B. Yeah, I seen Cardi B at the Patriots shit. Remember, she was going crazy for the Patriots. The Patriots. The people that represent freedom and liberty. Patriotic. Oh, man, it's on like Donkey Kong, baby. Oh, yeah, words are definitely important. They use witchcraft, man. I've been learning that shit. We're not even supposed to even be communicating like this. We're not even supposed to be using words. Words are nothing but spells. I tried to say that before in another video. I could walk down the block, look at a lady, and I could say 2 phrases to her. I could either tell her she's one of the most nastiest, ugliest, disturbing creatures I ever seen in my life, which would probably maybe shatter her whole ego. Or I could basically tell her she looks so fucking delicious that I wish I can taste her. I'm just saying, like, something to the where you're the most beautiful creature that I ever seen, ever before in front of me, and she'll probably just wet her panties, liquidity all in her panties, So I'm just saying, it's funny how we can choose words, and depending on the words you choose, you can really fuck up somebody's chemistry in their body, Like, there's some people you can walk by and be like, what the fuck you looking at? And then all of a sudden, like, what, you talking to me? Like, see how you just rage that person by just saying a few words? So, it's crazy. Words are definitely spells. Time travel code 189, all right. The English language is a spell. Yes, it is. Fool's Day. Watch Fool's Day. That's April 1st. 1891. All right. Silver is a black hole, vacuuming the whole stock market. Yes, sir. You're seeing it too. You need a gold and silver only bank vault to support any new systems. Yes, sir. Will they use Proton Pussy for something big in the future? I believe that they could possibly be. Because remember, they made that reference with Trump about grabbing them by the pussy. Grab them by the pussy. Right? They kept connecting that to Trump. Then I showed you the image with the front page that had Trump's face inside the atom. All right? Again, Marshall Marty. Marshall's Marty. Marshall is Marty. And Biff is Trump. That's how you know motherfuckers gonna be working with each other. Okay? Biff is Trump. Marshall is Marty. Say what you want. All I'm gonna tell you is prove me wrong. Money versus drops. I'm not too sure what you mean. You mean like how many drops are gonna be worth? All right, check out Drew Dunn. All right, peeps. I gotta wrap it up. But that was my little 2 cents there. Appreciate you all. Thank you for liking, watching, subscribing. New Titan, if you're still watching, I appreciate you always, brother. Always good to see your name pop up. And everybody else, stay warm, take it easy, and be good. And to answer that last question, I think that there is a high possibility that Pussy could be some type of payment coin in the near future. All right? Because if you think about it, how many people would be buying a coin called Pussy anyway, right? Not too many people will probably be buying and holding that coin. So, in my eyes, I'm like, well, I don't think a lot of people will be holding it. That's something I probably want to hold on to. I like to do shit not everybody else is doing. If you can see everybody else is following same suit, that's why everybody else is paying taxes. That's why everybody else is working and struggling and doing other shit. You know who the people are not fucking struggling? The motherfuckers that don't do what everybody else is doing. The 1%ers. Why are they 1%ers? It's because they're doing shit that the 99% are not doing. They don't obey the laws. They just know the laws. Okay? If you're a big dude, you have to understand you don't have to obey the laws. You just have to know the fucking laws. And that's it. Oh, that's what you were saying. 10,000 is to 1 cent drop. So you were asking me how much do I think one drop would be? One XRP US worth 1 million drops. Yeah, I don't know. That is where my head gets twisted. I don't really know how that operates with the drops and this and that. I think I might have to look back into it again. So I apologize, but I don't understand that mechanism with the drops and the price and this and that. So I'm not too sure. I might have to look it up and have a better understanding. So anyway, I appreciate you guys. Thank you for liking, watching, subscribing. Hopefully that was a little entertaining. If you liked it, love it, great. Show a little love at I Told You So wallet. If not, stay sweet, blessed, cool. And I'll catch you on the next video.